in practice can guard me, so it's really nothing. We can put the camera on him too. Just put the camera on him. That man right there, that's the man who can't guard me. Turn it left. I take his ankles every day. Go one more. See the boy in the hoodie, he hiding for a reason.
I do damage, and they can't stand it. Psycho, Bandit, like it's Marilyn Manson.
You're just a cheap fucking knockoff. I'm the upgrade.
Take a sip and I'm dancing. She bought play like a pan beat. She lit like a candle.
Yes sir, just like that, we back with another KAGURABACHI video. I'm not even gonna waste y'all time with this one. We're gonna jump right into it. After the bloodbath Chihiro cooked up for his last chapter, we see Shiba freeing our mans while Chihiro still pressing Porky Pig on the floor. Shiba up here with his Hall of Fame instigating badge telling Buddy to listen to Chihiro. Chihiro tells Buddy what they know about the hishaku, and basically all they know is that they've been around for 4 years and that they're a group of sorcerers. Long story short, they don't know shit. Shiba start being a parrot and start saying everything that Chihiro's saying, like my mans, every time you open your mouth you lose an aura. For the second time, Shiba becomes self-aware and does Chihiro and us all a favor and shuts up. Just as Buddy on the floor decides to rat, he starts screaming in agony. He looking like me after crushing Denai Davis after she got burned by Gucci. I'm talking risk it for the biscuit. He starts looking like a straight Mahito victim. Before he can say anything, he becomes a tree, looking like he got a hold of them Hashirama cells. I know them cells been passed around more than Riley Reid. Just as our man thought he was gonna die, Shiba teleports him outside the building. Shiba checks on Chihiro and Chihiro asks about Buddy outside. Shiba then tells him that he's safe and Chihiro's relieved. Then they start talking about what happened to Pop the Pig. Basically, they put a spell on his body to shut him up if he decides to start snitching. They did my man's the worst way. By the looks of it, he won't be getting up no time soon. Shiba decides to head back to Tokyo and Chihiro goes with him. Just as they head for the door, Chihiro starts to feel the after effects of his performance from the last chapter. Shiba's impressed by Chihiro's growth because 3 years ago, that man was a 60 overall, straight brown shirt, had 0 combat experience. Shiba thinks that he still hasn't unlocked his potential with the enchanted blades yet, but he's still impressed. We then flash back to 3 years ago and Shiba says the rokuhira workshop and household was protected from the outside by a barrier. And from the looks of it, the barrier did not do its job. They got this house looking like the aftermath of an Avengers fight. Look guys, we saved the city. We then see Kunishige lying lifeless on the ground, and then we see Chihiro holding his body while clutching on a sword. Shiba runs to Chihiro and asks him if he is okay. Chihiro says that they were attacked by a group of sorcerers. We see Kunishige on the ground as a woman and Buddy with the fedora is just standing over him. And then we see Chihiro laying on the ground on 1 HP, looking like Anthony Davis after he made one minor slip up.
Some guys have all the luck. I was born with glass bones, paper skin.
During the Seitei War, Kunishige forged and made the enchanted blades, but as soon as the war was over, he retired all 6 and hid them in his basement. But after knocking off Kunishige, we then see that they stole his loot and ran off. They took every blade, no stone was left unturned. Shiba tries to be optimistic and is grateful that at least Chihiro was still alive. We see Kunishige talking to Chihiro about the enchanted blades and how they have special powers. Chihiro wonders himself if those are the type of katana he should try to aim to make. Kunishige tells Chihiro that the enchanted blades aren't necessarily the right answer. And Buddy, it's a little too late for all that peace talking. This is like Oppenheimer making nukes, then after using them then tried to push peace. Nah my mans, the damage is already done. Kunishige tells Chihiro that he needs to look at the world through his own eyes and determine what kind of katana he needs to make. Then he starts talking about how they'll learn to do all that together, and this is one of those does he know moments for sure. As Kunishige lays lifelessly, we see Chihiro wondering who the people were that attacked their house. Then he starts to wonder if they knew how much his dad cared about the katana. Buddy, they could get less than $2 about what his values were, they just needed that power. We then see how bad they tore up the place. As it's all going on, Chihiro starts to remember the good times with his pops and the goldfish before breaking down crying, man. Shiba apologizes for being late and wonders to himself how they got the drop on them. And hey man, I'm wondering the same thing. Wasn't this your barrier? Just as he's thinking, we see that Chihiro is spazzing out, saying he'll show them what his dad believed. He then vows revenge on all of them. We then get a lore dump on Chihiro's blade N10. N10 is the blade that Kunishige spent years crafting after the war and gave his life to protect. It's the 7th and the last enchanted blade. And since that day, they had no leads on the hishaku. They didn't know who did it, why they did it, where they went. They didn't know nothing. And when they finally had information, Chihiro was thinking about someone out there is using his father's blades for evil purposes, and he says that he needs to find them and the blades as soon as possible. Then Hokuzono gives us a tough panel of Chihiro sending his thoughts right here. We then see that they made it to Tokyo. Shiba tells Chihiro that as soon as everything is ready, they'll get ready to dip out, and Chihiro is confused on what he means. The chapter then ends with Shiba saying that there's been a sighting of an enchanted blade, and Chihiro looking tough as hell preparing for the bullshit. And yeah, that's the end of Kagurabachi chapter 2. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this one felt a little bit too short to me. I would have made this like multiple chapters long, but the device I'm using right now would have been fried. We gonna see what mayhem Chihiro and Shiba decide to cook up for us next chapter. If y'all made it this far into the video, I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate y'all a lot. Chapter 3 is in the works along with a few other projects. Until then, love y'all boys. God bless. Stay smooth, y'all.